The foundational practice of what I do and what I teach my clients is built on three things. The first is your genius portrait. That is that picture of what you look like at your best. The second principle is based on something called PsychoCybernetics. We know it as visualization, but it's imagining the process of becoming that best version of yourself. We know that science tells us that when you vividly visualize an aspirational outcome and the process to get there, whether it's a daily reflection or the end game, that it fires the same parts of the brain as actually doing it. And then the third critical piece is what I call the Bookend Days. I adopted this from Darren Hardy's book called Compounding. The power of Bookend Days is that at the very beginning of the day, that's the time you have the most control and before the noise and the activity gets a hold of you. At the end of the day, that's the other part of the day that you have the most control in order to wind down and process and synthesize. So the focus here is to have a daily discipline, start small, minute or two, and then build up. This has become such a valuable part of my growth and productivity that I'm up to 45 minutes to an hour every morning just walking through and feeding my mind and preparing and looking at how I can become a better version of myself. But I didn't start there, and I had to continue to pare myself back to where I could be consistent. So if it's a minute, do a minute, but do it consistently. So that's the key. The three things are your genius portrait, visualization, bookend days, consistently, and that's that compound interest, those marginal gains that over time make huge differences. You'll notice it in the first month, and there's no reason not to start today.